Guys, what's good? It's your boy Phil. We are back with a brand new chapter of Solo Leveling, chapter 154. This chapter, man, listen, I might be alone on this one, but this chapter, for me, personally, this chapter was not it. This chapter was not it. I'm sorry. It just wasn't. I didn't like the chapter. I'd probably rate the chapter like a 6 out of 10 maybe. It just didn't do anything. It didn't do anything for me. I don't know why. I don't know if we're going in this filler period of solo leveling. I don't think that's what's happening at all. But that's kind of what this chapter felt like for me. It kind of felt like filler. But a few interesting things in this chapter. A little bit. I've been dreading the day of the dry chapter for solo leveling. I've been dreading the day that I'd have to talk about a chapter that didn't really do anything. And I think that's today. I think that's this chapter. But there were a few cool little things that we could talk about. I have a few predictions, a few theories, a few ideas for what I think is going to happen in solo leveling moving forward. I think we are entering the beginning of a good part of solo leveling. And I still got high hopes. Pace is incredibly fast, but I still got high hopes for things to come in solo leveling. So without further ado, let's do this shit. So the chapter opens up with my boy Sung Jin-woo on the boy Kaisel, flying up towards the giant gate that has just appeared in Seoul, South Korea. And it looks like in that moment he's game. He's game. He's got the 2 daggers, his new dual daggers. He is going to try and 3v1 the monarchs, which I do not think is a good idea. I don't think that's a good idea. I don't know if he's strong enough to 3v1 monarchs, man. I don't know. I think he's strong enough to 1v1 a monarch. Like, if he had these daggers now and he fought the ice monarch, I think he would destroy him. I think he would wreck him. I mean, he was pretty close. They were pretty on par last time they met anyways. But regardless, 3 monarchs is a whole different feat for my boy Sung Jin-woo, and that is going to be incredibly difficult for him to make happen. So I'm kind of apprehensive, especially even with his army, which we'll get into later with the whole Beru spar sesh, which I don't know why. I don't know why that happened, but regardless, we'll get into that in a little bit. But he's gonna try and go through the gate, and the gate rejects him. He's not allowed to go through the gate. Like, there's a wall. He just can't get through. There's no system intervention or anything like that, which I find a little odd. I would have liked to see a system intervention there. That would have made a little bit of sense. But no, there's nothing. It's just, he just can't go through the gate. So, that was a little strange. And unfortunately now, I threw out last stream, that there's 2 ways this can go. They either try and raid the gate right now, or they wait until the gate cracks and a bunch of monsters flood the streets of Seoul, South Korea, and we have the apocalypse on our hands. It's looking like the latter is about to happen. So that's unfortunate. That's pretty unfortunate. It looks like we are going to have to wait 7 days, possibly even sooner. It looks like we're going to have to wait at most 7 days for this gate to crack, and not good things. If I was a hunter, I would not want the gate to crack on my home field. I would not want to have that shit happen, because we don't know how strong these monsters are going to be. They're probably going to be strong as shit. We don't know how many they're going to be. This is going to be worse than Japan. It's going to be, for sure, 100%. So not good things are happening. So that was like the first third of the chapter. The second third of the chapter is the boy Sung Jin-woo sparring with the boy Beru, presumably a day later. I'm saying, for the sake of the timeline, I'm going to say this is the next day, and we have 6 days until the gate cracks. So they're going to spar. Beru versus Sung Jin-woo. They're fighting. It's a cool fight. Nice. High speeds all over the place in the training facility. My boy Sung Jin-woo is doing cool shit. Beru is max level. He's got cool lights and upgrades and fucking appendages coming out of himself and all that shit. So that looks really cool. Design is looking sick. But he's not strong enough. Beru is simply not strong enough, and that's worrying. That's really worrying for my boy Sung Jin-woo. Beru is not strong enough to take on a monarch, or even, I don't even think come close to fighting a monarch, which is bad. That means no other shadow is going to be strong enough to take on a monarch. This is not good. This kind of like confirms that it's probably only my boy Sung Jin-woo that's strong enough to take on a monarch. I don't know if Thomas Andre is strong enough. I really want him to be, but I don't think he is. I don't think Thomas Andre is going to be strong enough to fight a monarch. His dad, Lu Zhigang, those are like the only two. Those are like the only two other characters I can think of that would be, you know, on par, able to take on some of these monarchs. So it's looking like we might have a 1v3. Unfortunately, I don't think his dad is going to come in this arc. I really don't. I think it's too soon for his dad. But if he does show up, listen, that'd be badass. That'd be sick. That'd be insane if his dad showed up. I would love that. And similar with Lu Zhigang. If Lu Zhigang shows up, which I feel like Lu Zhigang has a slightly better chance of showing up in this arc than his dad does. But if Lu Zhigang shows up, that'd be cool. Maybe he's strong enough to take on a monarch. I don't even know with him either. I really don't. I'm saying for certainty right now, I think it's only Sung Jin-woo that's strong enough to take on a monarch. But 1v3 them, it's still going to be tough. It's still going to be so incredibly tough. Even with the dual dagger upgrade he just got, it's going to be tough, man. I don't know what the game plan is going to be during these 6 days that we have until the gate cracks. I don't know what the game plan is going to be. Are they just going to be training? Is my boy Sung Jin-woo going to be trying his hardest to get these shadows as highly leveled as he can? I do think we're going to see talking Igris pretty soon. I think Igris is going to get leveled up pretty damn soon, so get ready for that. But what's the game plan? Are we going to see all these heroes, all these hunters come through to South Korea to help against this war? Because the gate is going to crack. The gate is going to crack. And when it cracks, there are going to be 3 monarch worth armies roaming the streets of South Korea. We are going to need a lot of hunters to fight these guys. So that's kind of what I'm expecting from this whole arc. That's what I'm expecting from this war. And we'll see if it comes through. We'll see if it happens for sure. And then lastly, the last third of the chapter is really just Thomas Andre in reflection. Thomas Andre says he's staying in America. He wants to see how all this plays out. It's kind of build up for, you know, this being the major arc of solo leveling, which we kind of already knew about. He's staying in South Korea. I don't really know if he's going to be participating in the war or if he's going to be a spectator. I kind of lean towards the spectator role a little bit. I don't know if he's going to be fighting. Like I already said, I don't know if he's strong enough to take on a monarch. I really don't. So we'll see. A lot more to play out in this chapter, in this coming arc. This chapter kind of, you know, teased a few things. It again teased the Igris level up a little bit. It teased around Thomas Andre a little bit with whatever he's going to be doing. But overall, this chapter for me didn't really do much, didn't really do anything. I'm really struggling to find things in the chapter that are noteworthy. Like, he calls up the chairman and all that shit. You got the doctor in the beginning, which is okay. That's cool. He says there's a possibility of more of these gates popping up all over the place, which if that happens, that's not good. That's not a good thing. That's real oh shit if that happens. So we might need to look out for that. Yeah, man, maybe this is just one of those chapters that you read right now, it doesn't make any sense, and then later down the line you come back to this chapter and you're like, damn, so they talked about that then, huh? Wow. Maybe it's one of those, who knows, or maybe I'm just completely oblivious of what's going on in solo leveling. I mean, that's really it. I feel like my predictions right now, predictions that I can make based off this chapter, are for sure that the gate is gonna crack. I'm so confident. I'm so confident the gate is gonna crack. Like 99% sure. I'd be really shocked if the gate didn't crack. I think that's gonna happen for sure. And I think my boy Sung Jin Woo is going in there alone, man. I think my boy Sung Jin Woo is soloing this one, and it's gonna be tough. 1v3ing the monarchs. The Beast Monarch, the Ice Monarch, and the Plague Monarch. The Waifu Monarch, who... Damn, rest in peace her, man. Listen, that's it. That's where we're at in solo leveling. Weird shit is going on. I would like to see next chapter, my prediction for next chapter. I think it's going to be kind of on the same wavelength of this chapter. I do want to see a lot of the hunters, whoever is going to be participating in this war. I do want to see them come through to South Korea. Maybe we get that next chapter. Who knows? We also got the one guy, the guy who was in the waiting line for my boy Sung Jin Woo, who got cut off by Thomas Andre. He's still in the area, I think. Maybe we get his dialogue next chapter. I don't know, but a lot of crazy shit. A lot of things up in the air for solo leveling right now. But guys, that's the chapter. Like I said, I'd rate it like a 6. I'd give it a 6 out of 10. Not my cup of tea. Maybe you guys liked it. If you guys liked the chapter, I'm happy for you guys. I really am. Let me know down below. What do you think of this chapter? And what do you think is about to happen in solo leveling? Where do you think we're going after this? Like I already said, I think we get the next hunters in the next chapter. So we'll see if that happens. I'm still hyped though. I'm still hyped for this arc, man. Monarch War, baby. I think it's gonna be good. I think it's gonna be really good. But guys, as always, I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.